Government's Cash For Clunkers program proving to be very popular, so popular, in fact, the House has signed off on an additional $2 billion to fund the automotive incentive program. But is that a sign Cash For Clunkers is a huge success or a financial disaster in the making? Joining us now is Lauren Fix. She's an auto industry expert with the Car Coach. Thank you very much, Lauren, for talking to us. Cash For Clunkers, if I could borrow a word from our president, stupid idea?
I'm not a big fan of it. I never have been a big fan of it because I think there's a lot of people that have been excluded, and there's a lot better solutions to get those cars off the lot and to make the cars that are on the roads more environmentally friendly.
All right, where did this $2 billion come from? I'm kind of curious.
Well, that's part of that lovely, TARP fund and everything else they've got funded for helping the economy boost itself back. But unfortunately, what they did is they didn't draw new interest in buying cars. They had people waiting. So if you look at the sales from like April, May, and June, car sales were really dismal, to be honest with you. I mean, considering what they could have been, people that needed cars said, you know what, my lease is due, maybe I'll extend it a month, and then they waited to pounce on a $4,500 potential credit to purchase a car.
You gotta look at this on the other side, okay? Let's say you're one of those people that signed up for this rebate. The government's website set up a process rebate that gives you up to $4,500 per new car. Now, talk about pumping life back into the economy, because that is what this whole $787 billion stimulus was supposed to do. And everybody's complaining, where's the money? Show me the jobs. Well, here the government's trying to give back to the people, and we're complaining about it.
Well, a lot of people were excluded. If you always leased a car, you're excluded. If you've always been wise about getting good fuel-efficient cars, maybe purchasing a hybrid, you're excluded. If you don't have credit to get a new vehicle, you can't afford additional payments for insurance as well as the car, you're excluded. I suggest instead that we had given every single driver in the U.S. a credit toward a $1,000 check toward a new car only or toward car maintenance. That could cover a transmission or tires. That would have helped better cars get on the road. It would have helped the economy as well, rather than making it a restricted number of people, because a lot of people that were eligible became ineligible over the first few days of the opening of this Cash for Clunkers policy.
So what does this do then to the car dealerships, to those local mom and pop car dealerships that are struggling? The big three received that massive bailout. Many still had to go bankrupt despite it all. But there are a lot of family-owned car dealerships that are hanging on by a string. What does this do for them?
Oh, they're loving it. They're getting rid of all those 2008s that have been sitting on the lot and all the 2009s, because 2010s are just around the corner. So timing for this, I have to say, was excellent, because you're getting those cars off the lot. And for the auto manufacturers, that's great. But if you look at the cars they're buying, and you've been saying this all morning, they're buying a lot of luxury cars. There are a lot of luxury cars under $45,000. BMW, Audi, you can get Lexus. And if you look at the sales numbers when they come out in July and August, that's what they're buying. People are stepping up to a nicer car. But isn't that how we got here in the first place, by buying more than we can afford?
I know, but you know what? This is a fact that when people who are down in the dumps, and many people are struggling economically, driving a nice car, a luxury car, actually psychologically, and I know this because I've done segments on it, helps a lot of people. If this could potentially make luxury cars, let's say, more affordable for those families who could have never dreamed owning a BMW, why not?
Oh, I agree. I mean, my opinion is you are what you drive, and people really feel great when they drive a really great car. However, there is some backlash to this that we forget about. Once these 250,000 cars go through and that $1 billion is gone, if they put $2 billion into this fund, do you truly believe that 500,000 more people, there's going to be that much more demand, 500,000 more cars are going to be sold?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a lot of cars. I mean, yes, it would be great for the auto industry to break 10 million in sales for the whole U.S. But, I mean, you look at the big picture, you've got a lot of scrap coming out there. You've got an environmental issue that no one even thought about at all. These recyclers are absolutely buried in tons of expenses. They're making no money off of it whatsoever. Cars are being delivered on trade-in without hoods, without doors, without center consoles, without seats, without... It's crazy. People are taking advantage, and there's no one really, truly monitoring this whole program. Is there going to be a used car czar next?
All right, Lauren Fix, thank you very, very much. You are what you drive.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
I mean, I kind of like that.